G'day YouTubers, Michael VK3HAU, and today I would like to discuss security equipment installations, that being IP cameras, analog cameras, NVRs, DVRs, all of that sort of stuff is known as just closed circuit TV, or even alarm panels, access gate points, any of that sort of stuff, anything to do with security. You need to make sure that the person that's doing the installation at your premises or business has the correct credentials. First of all, you need to make sure that they have a security equipment installations license, and this one's issued by the Victorian Government. I'm not sure if you can see that there is actually the Victorian Government symbol behind the coat of arms there. And on there you'll have the expiry date, you'll have the registration number, and you'll have their date of birth with a photo, and of course the embedded security features. Up here you'll have their full name, and that is what's called a security equipment installation ID. So that's very important, and you need to ask a person when they're coming in to do installation of security equipment that they have the appropriate ID. So that's one very important bit. The second important bit is if they're installing a new system, or if they're modifying the system and they've got to do new cabling or modify the old cabling, you need to make sure that they have their cabler's registration. And that will look like something like this. This cabler's registration card is issued by TITAB. You can actually go onto TITAB's website and look up the cabler's name or their number, depending on what they give you, and they will be registered with that, and it will tell you if they're expired or not. Not necessarily will they have a TITAB registered card. They might have it from another registrar, but TITAB is one of the biggest. On the back of the TITAB, on this particular TITAB card, you'll have the person's name in full, you'll have their number, their registration number, their expiry date, and what type of class of registration it is. So in this case it's an open cabler's license. You might have, that might say lift for elevators or lift work. It might say restricted for just doing MDF jumpering. Might do main distributor frame jumpering with the cabling, and that's all they're restricted to do. In the endorsements, you need to make sure that they have a structural endorsement if they're doing structural cabling work. What that is, Cat 5, Cat 6 cabling, and security alarm cabling. That's structural cabling. In this case, I also have my fibre optics cabling endorsements. I have coaxial cabling endorsements, so it's like TV and radio and stuff. And then I've got a test endorsement. So that's very important that they have that registration if they're going to do any structural cabling on your house or business, that they have that registration card. And you need to ask them, do you have your registered cabler's license, and can you show me your card? The other thing they may have, which isn't important, but they might show you that they've also got a contractor's card as well, contractor's ID card. But that's not anything to do with those other bits of important documents. These are the two that are important. They've got to have both of these. Now, I'm going to go and show you an alarm panel that I've bought for my place here. It's just a quick rundown video. And I also wanted to mention that the internet still isn't fixed. I rang Aussie Broadband last night. They told me that 9 o'clock they will have the internet fixed. I've spoken to NBN, and the NBN guys have said that there's been maintenance work and it will be resolved by 9 o'clock that night. Come 9 o'clock that night, and now today, it still hasn't resolved. I've got less than 1 megabit per second download and about 2 megabits per second upload, so it's quite pathetic. But I digress. Let's go on and I'll show you the equipment that I've got to install in my place. So we've got a Nest alarm system, and the first thing I'm going to show you is the passive infrareds. They are wide passive infrareds. Let me just get this down here. They are pet aware, so they have the ability to sense animals. I think it's up to 18 kilos. I'll check the instructions in a sec. And they're not bad actually, pretty good passive infrared sensors. That's what they look like. And let's have a look at the instructions quickly. Yes, a single pet up to 18 kilos or multiple pets up to 10 kilos in total. It's pet immunity in pet aware mode. So that's those. We've got 10 of them to wire up. Now the reason why I went for the Nest system is because it has the ability to configure up to the CBus system and talk to and fro from the CBus. The next item I'm going to show you is the outside siren box. It's basically a plastic box. Gone are the days where they have metal boxes. I mean, you can still get metal boxes, but they're all plastic nowadays. In the this box, which is a siren kit, if I can move that out of the way. Siren kit 106039. Oh, and for those that have wanted to know about the passive infrared wide units, they're a 106259 from Ness. So the siren box comes with the horn speaker, comes with the strobe that mounts to the side there, and it has the terminal block with the tamper switch as well. So that's the siren box. And the other thing I want to show you is the reed switches. We've got some wireless reed switches, and they're just going to go on the external doors or exit doors to the house. And the reason why I went for wireless is just for ease of installation. I could have gone for wired, but it's just a lot more dicking around with running cables down the walls, and I try and keep running cables down the walls to a minimum. We've got the passive infrareds, which will be wired, but they're simple enough because you just drop the cable down near the cornice of the gyprock, and it's pretty well much hidden. Whereas running wires down the metal frame of the house is a little bit problematic, and it's just a lot easier to run wireless. Next, it'll be interesting to see how these actually work in the metal frame house. I haven't actually installed these into a metal frame house before, so we might find that we can't use these. So we'll see how we go. And so the other thing I wanted to show you is the main unit. Now this is, I've already mounted all the brains and everything into the main unit. And I might not be able to get this all on the video, on the camera. It's a fairly big unit, and I'll just pan up. So I've mounted the actual alarm panel already. I've also mounted the CBus. Just pan down. Yeah, where's my pan down? I've mounted my CBus controller here, and I've also got a Ethernet controller just here. So I've already mounted all that. That's the main unit. And they normally don't come with a metal case. They normally come with a plastic case, and it's a lot smaller in size. The reason why I've gone for the bigger case is because I've got those other extra bits and pieces I wanted to put in there, and also for expansion reasons as well. And the other thing that I've got to show you is in this box here. This is just the battery, backup battery. This is a radio receiver, which is for the reed switches, to receive the reed switches. Also, the radio receiver comes with a couple of remotes that you can use for arming or disarming, panic mode, or an auxiliary out. The other thing that comes with the other thing I got with this system, depending on how you buy this, if you buy it as a kit or buy it singly, I bought these Navigator alarm touch panels. And they come with a screen protector as well. And the Navigator touch panel got dust on there, or cardboard or something on there. Anyway, it's not coming off, it's got to be static. They're pretty simple to wire up as well. They're hardwired. So there's 2 of those. And that's pretty well much it. Well, thanks for watching, and I hope you liked that video. If you did like it, hit the thumbs up. And if you didn't like it, well, you can hit the thumbs down, doesn't worry me. And don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll probably do a little bit of an installation video, depends on what sort of feedback I get on this one. I might do a little bit, or I might do a lot. We'll see how we go. Until then, we'll see you next time.